Tommy. How are you and the
Hi.
team at Roots and the Black Swan?
Yeah, all good, thank you. Obviously, a bit strange to be locked down, so I think a few of the guys are furloughed, but we're trying to crack on and make the most of things. A few guys working on development of new dishes, and then a lot of the guys are working on Made in Oldstead, trying to do as many food boxes as we can during lockdown.
Exactly. So at R&J, we're still supplying you. We're doing
Yeah.
order online, click and collect and home delivery. So you've just mentioned your boxes, which are doing very well. Tell us a bit about those.
So we've got quite a range of things actually, but they're sort of food boxes that you finish and cook at home. But we do most of the prep for you. They get released every Wednesday for the following weekend, and then we get them all prepped and sent out for a Friday morning.
How do people order those, Tommy?
Just through our website, so that's tommybanks.co.uk. It's been great. We've had so much support because when we started Made in Oldstead back in March at the start of the first lockdown, it was very much just try and keep our guys in work, really. But the effect we've been able to have has been massive. Obviously, working with you guys has been great. I have so many conversations with Ryan about what we can use and how we can sort of make things work. But like for this week, for example, a conversation with a different supplier was Andy at Courtyard Dairy, and he said, "Can you do anything with like 400 ton of cheeses because they're going to go in the bin because the restaurants are closed?" And we're like, "Yeah, okay." So we bought the Tunworths and we've done like a whole baked camembert as a starter. So I think that's one of the sort of the mission statements is to try and work with sort of our people really, and make it work for everyone.
That's great to support people. Like you say, people have got a glut of stock that we need to get rid of. So like you say, you've been working with Ryan at R&J. Tell me a bit about why you use R&J, Tommy.
Well, the family business. I come from a farming family as well. So like, I mean, the first time we went, sat up in the room upstairs, and the cake and scones came out and a cup of tea, and it kind of
That will
reminded
have
me
been
of
my Aunt Jo baking those for you.
yeah. Joe makes the most incredible like tea loaf. Oh my god! I remember the first time she gave me a tea loaf with black bomber, and it was one of the best things I've ever had, especially when you've been walking around a cold meat fridge, and it's what you want to warm you up. So I think it's those values you get with a small family business. Although R&J are growing all the time and got customers far and wide, like you still get that attention to detail. I know I can pick up the phone, speak to Ryan, and like will never let us down, and he personally makes sure everything's perfect. And it's a conversation on a bigger level as well. So, for instance, with the Made in Oldstead boxes, we do a signature box, which means which has a beef Wellington in it. So, to make a perfect beef Wellington, you've got to have that center cut right out the middle of the barrel fillet, and we're using quite a lot of them. So to get them perfectly salt aged every week, all the same weight, all the same size, dimensions, is obviously quite a task. But you guys never let us down. You bring them every week. But then like the conversation from there is really good, because if I take all the center fillets, what on earth do you do with all of the tail fillets and chateaus and stuff like that? So we've been keeping them, and they go on as a beef tartare in the restaurant. And I think in both restaurants. So I think that's what I really like. There's a big problem, I guess, with things like carcass balance and using, especially doing very sustainable farming and butchery nowadays. And I think by having really honest conversations, and I know that if I take one cut, we also got to take the other cut, and being able to make things work
That's great.
for everybody
Thank you for
makes
that.
perfect sense.
Well, we're delighted to serve you, and hopefully, everyone buy a box. And when Roots and the Black Swan's back open again after this second lockdown, I'm sure you'll be really busy, Tommy. So thanks a lot for your time, and see you soon.
Yeah, thank you very much.
Pleasure. Thank you.